Hello everyone, I'm Yang Qingwen. This is my presentation of assignment 4 in the course LTEC 5030. In this work, I would like to be a PhD in the learning technologies and have been teaching distance education face-to-face for university first-year students for last 20 years. I would like to design it with 5 main modules, and each module includes several units and topics. What's more, the course is 36 hours in total, 2 hours a week, 16 weeks in total. I'm going to share my work in the two parts, course goals and design. The course goals. There are 7 goals that students should achieve. After the study of the online course, students should know the history and development of distance education, master the base principles and base rules of distance education, learn to use the main method in distance education practice, and solve some problems in distance education practice according to the level of undergraduate student. I hope that they can achieve the following core skills after completing learning. The first, know the history and the development course of distance education. The second, understand the basic principles and rules of distance education. The third, master the method and characteristic of tutoring in distance education. The fourth, master the design, selection, and use media in distance education. The fifth, master the common method of instructional design and curriculum development in distance education. The sixth, understand the characteristics of students in distance education and the method of learning support. The seventh, have the ability to learn independently, have the ability to think critically, and reflect on practice. The design. There are 5 main modules. We can see the picture. In the distance education online course, there are 5 main modules, which are the development course of distance education, base theory of distance education, student characteristics and teacher knowledge in distance education, media and platform in distance education, and the curriculum design and development in distance education. And the fourth module's core learning activity is to use a server to build a model platform to support online learning. And the last module's key activity is to publish the design and development content on the model platform that has been built and manage the platform. Also, each module will contain several parts in these 5 main modules, such as introduction, learning objectives, content map, learning content and learning activities, topic summary, module summary, the evaluation, homework, discussion. These parts will be presented to learners on the online learning page. The first module is the development course of distance education. This module is the practical foundation of the whole course. It helps students understand the history, current situation, and development course of distance education. understand the practical forms of distance education and realize that distance education is a way to achieve education fairness and a way to build learning society. This module plays an important role in this course, which cultivate students' interest of learning this course and stimulate their inner learning motivation. This module includes 3 units and 8 topics in total. Unit 1 introduces the context of the development of distance education practice, including 3 topics. Topic 1 introduces different views on the origin and the development of distance education. Topic 2 introduces the main development stage of distance education. Topic 3 introduces the development history of distance education. In word, Unit 2 construct. Unit 2 introduce the main practice form of modern distance education. There are 3 main topics, which are the Open University, Online Education, Enterprise E-Learning, and so on. Unit 3 introduces the functions of modern distance education, including 2 topics, which are education, fairness, and long life learning. And the second module is the basic theory of distance education. The module is the theoretic foundation of the whole course. It helps students understand the characteristics and the rules of distance education. This module introduces 3 units and 5 topics. Unit 1 mainly introduces the essentials of distance education, including 2 topics. Topic 1 introduces the characteristic of distance education, especially the essential characteristic that is a separation of time and space between teaching and learning behaviors. Topic 2 introduces the difference and connection between distance education, traditional education, and open education. Unit 2 only have 3 topics. Only have the topic 3, the theory of teaching and learning in distance education. It mainly introduces the reasons and realization ways of the reintegration of teaching and learning in distance education. Unit 3 introduces teaching and learning characteristic of learning of distance education, including 2 topics. Topic 4 introduces some distance learning theories, including behaviorism, the constructivism learning theory, constructivism, and the connectivity learning theory, and their applications in the distance learning. Topic 5 introduces the connotation, characteristic, and principles of the distance education, which mainly focus on student centers and teachers assistant learning. The third is the student characteristic and teacher knowledge in distance education. The Model 3 wants students to understand the characteristics of distance learners and teacher knowledge, that is, to design and develop learning materials suitable for distance learners, design learning support resources that is suitable for the demands of distance learners. This module includes 4 units and 9 topics. Unit 1 has only one topic, which mainly introduces the characteristics of digital generation learners, including the research summary of digital generation learners, how to carry out teaching based on the characteristic of digital generation learners. These two topics, the unit 2 introduce the characteristic and the difficulties of adult learners, including a total of 4 topics. Topic 3 introduce the generation characteristic of distance learners and the characteristic of distance learners in the world, maybe the USA. Topic 4 introduce the learning difficulties of distance learners and the reasons for them. Topic 5 introduce adult learners' learning styles, learning strategies, and the relationship between learning style and learning strategies. Topic 6 introduce the characteristic of people with disability. Unit 3 introduce distance learners' learning ability and the training method, which contains 2 topics. Topic 7 introduces the concept of the learning and its influence factor. And topic 8 introduces the competence of learning ability and how to promote the development of learning ability. Unit 4 introduces the changes in teachers' professional knowledge. It mainly contains 1 topic. Topic 9 introduces PCK to TPCK. The fourth is media and platform in distance education. The 4 mainly introduce how to use a server to build a model platform to support online learning. And the last one is course design and development in distance education. And the core activity is Unit 5, which mainly introduces how to publish the design and development content on model platform and manages the platform. I also mentioned some matters that teachers and students need attention in the document. Here is my reference. That is all I showed. If you have any question, please contact me by Canvas email. Thank you.